Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video I wanted to share some of my thoughts regarding the new remasters of Tomb Raider, which came out earlier this year, I believe in February or something. First I'm gonna give some of my background history with Tomb Raider. I grew up playing these games. Some of my earliest memories as a child, as a human being, are like playing this game, playing Tomb Raider 1. So I have a really strong emotional attachment to these games, to this trilogy, because I grew up playing them. Like, Tomb Raider has been with me since like the very first moments of my life. So I was pretty freaking happy when I saw the announcement for this remastered trilogy. So the games came out, it's like a single package of the original trilogy, and also each game has their own expansion packs, which came out for the PC exclusively back in the day, but now it's also available on console. So everyone who didn't get to play those expansions, now they can with this remastered, and that's amazing. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. It's like these games finally got the respect and the attention that they always deserved. Graphically, the game still has that same like classic aesthetic. The game is still blocky, just like the original games were, but everything just has an extra flair to it, you know, like that extra beautifulness. It's kind of hard to describe the graphics, like the modern graphics now. It looks cartoonish, but also realistic at the same time. The closest thing I can think of is Fortnite, but I'd say Fortnite is more in the cartoonish spectrum. Tomb Raider is more angled and cubic, and sometimes it even gets a bit abstract. It's much more geometric, but it also looks cartoonish, which I enjoy. It definitely has a unique look to it. So yeah, I am very pleased on how the game looks. The gameplay is still the same, but that's not a bad thing, because the gameplay of these games is timeless. It's what you would expect from a action platforming. It doesn't feel dated or anything. They even tried to make it more accessible by adding like new control options. Now there's modern controls. If you don't like the classic tank controls, if you never played any of these games before, you would find the modern controls way easier to play with. I personally can't play with modern controls. I'm just too used to the classic tank controls. Modern controls feels like like I'm playing some other game other than Tomb Raider. But yeah, it's good that they added this option. Another nice feature they added was the ability to switch between the original and the remake, the remastered graphics at any point during the game. Like literally any point, even at loading screens. So you can compare basically everything between the remasters and the original games. So yeah, I would say the game is nearly perfect. I have some issues with it. My biggest issue so far has to be that stupid disclaimer screen that shows up like before the game enters the main menu. It basically says that these games contain stereotypical portraits of people and behaviors which Crystal Dynamics consider quote-unquote harmful, and instead of removing those things, they decided to keep it as it was. I don't know, for me it just seems like they are inferiorizing these games, and it seems a bit virtue signaling, to be honest. It's like they're trying to make the classic Laura look bad, like she's evil. Another thing I don't like about this game is the head bobbing in some cutscenes. I don't feel like they're necessary, they just look kind of weird. I understand that in the PS1 version, the head bobbing was to indicate some sort of dialogue happening, but since in the remasters, they already added like lip syncing, I feel like the head bobbing just makes it look weird and not very natural. I guess it's fine the way it is, it just kind of bothers me sometimes. And another thing that I think could have been improved a little bit more is the water. The water just looks kind of bad, to be honest. Like it has this white aspect to it in the surface. Like the water texture is like just white, and it doesn't look good. Also, under the water, it looks kind of flat. The original games used to make the water feel a little bit more volumetric, like when you're swimming. But here it just looks kind of flat, and there's this weird white color to it that, I don't know, doesn't fit very well with the rest of the graphics. Yeah, I think those are my main problems with this game. But aside from that, it looks just fantastic. And it looks even better now with the latest updates. There was a minor controversy when this game came out because the Epic Games version had more things to it, like graphically. Some of the levels looked completely different in the Epic Games version. But that was because the game was using an unofficial patch in the Epic Games version. But they fixed that, and now all the versions, they look exactly the same. And they look even better than how they were when it first came out. So yeah, that makes me really happy. Would be kind of depressing if I had to buy the game again in the Epic Games version. Also, the mod community for these games is operating like at full capacity. There are all kinds of mods for this game that make it even better, if you can believe that. I'd say Tomb Raider 1 is the one that looks the best, in my opinion, because it's the oldest one, right? So I guess it's kind of logical that it would have the biggest difference graphically between the three games. Also, I feel like they could have improved a little bit more graphically on the expansions. Some of them just look kind of, I wouldn't say bad, but when you compare the expansions to the other, like the main titles, you can notice the difference. It's like they were running out of time with the expansion, so I believe it can be fixed with some patches and maybe in the future. So yeah, in summary, I am really happy with the remasters of Tomb Raider 1 to 3, and I think Tomb Raider as a franchise is actually on a really good spot right now. I feel like more people are paying attention to it, and more people are able to experience the classic games, which is amazing because these games are the best ones of the franchise, I'd say. And looks like in the near future we might get a new entry, a new main entry in the franchise. So yeah, I'm excited, and I hope we get to see more of classic Laura. Maybe a remaster of Tomb Raider 4 and 5, or Age of Darkness even. I never played Age of Darkness, but I would be willing to play a remaster of it if it ever came out. So yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and to get more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.